back.
Let's do a Zemos again.
You got good timing, my girls need a driver.
What do I look like to you?
Someone who can keep them safe while they turn tricks and make us money.
All I gotta do is drive them.
That's right. How hard can that be?
You'd be surprised.
Every day is midnight. We never really say the name of the thing. I guess there's the intro.
Well, yeah, there's the intro. But also, we didn't have a name for so long, and the name Every Day is Midnight was a joke between us for so long.
One day we'll tell the story.
We can tell the story now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
So,
what do I care, right? What are we doing? So, I was walking home from work one day, and I was writing, some short stories, and it takes place in like a sci-fi future. It's all half satire parody. The idea came to me. It's almost like a John Ralphio character from Parks and Rec.
yeah.
That he would
Let's try a different position.
near misses.
Now
Okay.
strap that on tight.
Oh, I got my near misses. That he would have his own YOLO,
Yeah.
and that his own YOLO would be this nonsensical thing that every day is midnight, and he would be like, you should party like it's midnight.
Every day.
Every day. Every day is midnight. And that makes no sense.
No, it's something a
It
Chad bro type, idiot, like, affluent, like, white kid would say, thinking that he was cool.
yeah, like John Ralphio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all it was to me, was just this funny little joke of, every day is midnight. And do you get it? It's deep.
So deep. So deep. Even I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a dumb thing.
But it's literally because of, like, most slogans, it does kind of stick in your head. And you thought of that thing, like 5-6 years ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is not a new thing that you said.
You're gonna own this city.
And it's always been like this half joke between us.
I love that warm.
And which I guess that you could call the show that too.
Yeah, it's just this half joke. We've been talking about doing this nearly as long as that joke was a thing.
Yeah.
Because I ended up not writing the thing, but it was a thing that we talked about,
Yeah.
Whenever we wanted to do something ironic, YOLO-y, it was, every day is midnight.
It's Scream It.
So, every day is midnight.
Every day is midnight.
It's stupid. It means nothing.
But it means something to you and me, which means it's a perfect name for a show / channel.
Look at my guns. I wonder if I can take you. I can.
Nice. The local news van.
You're hostage.
Oh, this is a thing?
Oh yeah, you can take people hostage at any time
That's hilarious.
and force them to pay you money. If you can outrun the cops and keep them from escaping or dying.
Gang operation unlocked. I said that earlier. I didn't know what that meant.
I went by one of those, those fists?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Oh, okay.
I just have to kill, what is it, like 10, 15 people, however many it is of those.
Yeah.
Alright, there it is. Hostage taking complete. I got 200 respect. I got money. Get out.
Oh, that's like Eminem.
That's all I wanted was your money, your delicious, delicious human money.
Give me your money.
Give
I don't
me
know what he thinks money is. He kept trying to pull it out of my ass, though.
delicious.
Delicious money.
I said I want the real human money.
Real milk of human kindness.
Perfection.
Oh. What were we talking about last though? We're talking about weird childhood.
I got weird childhood stories for days. Especially lies and innuendo from your parents that confuses you and makes you look like an asshole.
Oh yeah.
I got one. It's a pretty good one.
Okay.
All right, because it actually got my ass kicked. Because
Oh really?
yeah, I got my ass beaten by school kids.
Oh no.
Because you know, that's what happens when you lie to your children. They get their ass beat.
Because they end up saying something stupid.
It's supremely dumb.
When you tell your kids something as a joke, you have to realize they're taking everything you say at face value.
They've never heard things before.
Exactly. So you're filling an empty, malleable mind with garbage info. Garbage data in, so people wonder why a bunch of bullshit comes out of their kids' mouths all the time.
Yeah.
Because you fill their heads with bullshit.
So,
Anyway,
so
you were saying.
here's mine. All right.
Okay.
My dad told me with a straight face, like a liar, that when he was a kid, he found a turtle that was big enough that his fucking teenaged ass could ride, and like a horse.
So he told you an actual tall tale.
Yes. Like a liar.
Like a liar.
And he told me that turtles were incredibly long-lived, which is the only true thing he said about this, by the way.
Yeah. Well, the best way to tell a lie is to fill it with half truths.
Just all the lying. That was a great run I just did.
Yeah, you did. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a shame I didn't get anything else out of it. But so that because turtles were so long-lived, hey, look, the other one's right here. That he carved his name on its shell,
Yeah.
and he told me where it lived.
Oh my god.
Yes, which was close by to our house, wouldn't you know? And
Even though it was something that he did when he was a kid.
yes. And because I have no critical thinking skills because I'm a child,
Yeah.
and I don't realize that parents can lie, and I just don't understand any of that.
Because when you're a kid, you think that like they explode or something when they lie.
Oh yeah, which I can tell you more. I'll tell you more in a bit.
Okay.
So, oh, look at this. They're coming to me.
Jace. Just doing your job for you.
So because they grow and they live forever, and that they had his name written on it, I went and go look for it.
Of course.
Because it's a turtle that you can ride like a horse. And who doesn't love turtles, and who doesn't want to ride a turtle like a horse when you're like 8 or whatever I
And
was?
he took advantage of your love of turtles.
Yes. To get me out of the house, most likely. Because as an adult, I understand his reasoning now. It was literally to get the stupid kid out of the house so I can have a moment to myself and,
Get out of here, you bother me.
Yeah, we'll bother someone else. Go look for an imaginary turtle.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
As I laugh at you.
Yeah. So I can then tell my friends and my family later how dumb you are. To believe that. So I go looking for the turtle. I can't find the turtle. But of course, being an excited kid, I tell my friends and even my just associates.
Let me tell you, there's these
school.
lies my dad told me.
And being other kids, they didn't believe a fucking word of it.
Well, yeah, because kids are fucking liars, too.
Because kids are liars, but also because, every kid also knows everything. And there's no such thing as a turtle that big.
Yeah.
And, and I can only have, I have the emotional intelligence to just go, because, my dad said,
Right.
yeah. So, guess who got his ass beat? Because on the Jungle Gyms, I would not say that my dad was a liar.
But now he's here to tell you on the internet.
He looked me straight in the face and told me these lies like a liar. He felt no remorse. And when all was said and done, he still laughed after I got my ass beat.
Of course he did.
And got in trouble because, even when you're getting your ass beat at school, you're in trouble for it.
Yeah, because you probably started it.
Or something. They don't give a shit about justice. They're fucking teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justice doesn't exist. Not for children. It never does.
Never for children.
No.
And
That's why they're the most easily exploited people in the world.
So even after getting in trouble and all of that, and him finding out what the fight was about, which it wasn't a fight, it was my ass got whooped. Like, that's not a fight. There was 3 of them. Then
I would have beat your lion ass too. You told me about a giant turtle.
yeah. Like, there's no such thing as giant turtles, and I'm a kid who I believe recently was like, there's no such thing as dragonflies, like, because dragons don't exist.
Why wouldn't there be a dragonfly?
Exactly, it's dumb. It's just such a dumb. So yeah, even knowing what happened, his ass laughed because it was funny,
Because, well, yeah.
and I'm like, oh, so my dad's a liar. that's what I learned.
That's what that tells you, yeah.
Now, you want to know something about my mom,
Sure.
who did this for years to multiple children. Because, you know, she did it to me and my siblings.
And you're okay with her hearing this?
Yes. Because she knows what she did. Like a liar.
Thank you very much.
Like the biggest liar.
Okay.
This is what she would do.
Alright.
Because, again, you're a kid, and you don't know any freaking better. My mother told me that she could always tell when I lied. Because when you lie, your tongue turns black.
Can't wait to ride
That's
this
some
thing.
Catholic school stuff right there.
So
Holy crap.
you know what that ended up doing?
What?
Because
oh, no.
because we're kids.
Yeah.
Because
I gotta eat lots of popsicles.
no, that would have been funny. But no, what it did was it trained us whenever we lied to her to go, look at my tongue, it's not black. And she would now know that we were lying. It's genius and it's evil.
In its simplicity.
Yes! She, like, reverse psychologied us because Catholic mothers have, like, degrees in this. and for, like, shits and giggles, she was just like, if you lie to your mother, your tongue turns black. And all 4 of us, see, my tongue's not black.
Like idiots.
And she would like, you lying. It's black. And we would be like, how did you know? Every time.
Because you would admit it every time.
Yes. And we would check. And she had an answer for this too. When we would check in the mirror.
Only mothers can see
Only
it.
mothers could see this.
Literally old wives' tales.
The evil. The concentrated evil and simplicity of this scheme. This ruse. This bamboozlement.
Been bamboozled.
And that's why you can't trust parents. Parents just don't understand. Will Smith, he got it. Like Big Willie. He understood.
I just don't understand.
They just don't understand that we can't trust them. Because they're full of shit.
That's a great story. That is a fantastic story.
Yeah.
I don't have a story of being like lied to that like led to like physical altercations. Like that. That's new to me.
Baby. It's
Your life is full of physical altercations.
my life is full of throwing people through freaking walls and shit.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, that's great.
Yep. So,
Well, thank you for that, regaling us with that wonderful story.
I'm telling you, man.
So what mission is this?
It's no mission. I'm just taking it upon myself to wipe out the Morning Star on the other island.
Okay.
And to do that, I'm just going to wipe out all of their little gang operations from the air. It'll take like 2 seconds to knock out a bunch of those, and I get even more money, which I can then use to upgrade stuff.
I gotcha. Any more awkward stories from your life you want to tell?
I need to think on like there's probably millions.
Okay.
I just need to think on one. How about you? What's
Another awkward thing from like when I was a kid? Oh, crap.
You know what?
I'm trying to think of like
Level
one of the
the
many
area.
times the cops showed up at our houses, but that was just sad. That wasn't really like interesting or anything. Like someone would. Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
All right, we're like we're the children of divorced parents kind of thing, and that happened pretty early on.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
I'm not a child of divorced parents.
Well, I'm talking about like my sister and I.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I should qualify some of my statements better. I know I had a problem with that in an earlier episode, and I literally had to put in a subtitle because I needed to tell the audience who I was talking about. I felt bad about that, but yeah, my sister and I, we're the children of divorcees and everything, which means we were in the house when the parents were divorced, because the older siblings were already like long gone and everything.
Okay.
So we were the ones that actually had to deal with that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but what would happen every so often, because, you know, like, our dad had custody of us, so mom didn't want to have anything to do with us, so every so often, like, the cops would show up. For, like, dumb shit. The thing is that, we couldn't ever tell whether or not it was her or not, because we also thought it was, like, people in our neighborhood that would, like, call, like, CPA or CPS, what was Child Protective Service? CPS.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because, you know, my dad would have to go to work. So, you know, like on weekends, like there's no parental figure there, but when that would happen, we would just go to like friend's house or something. But I think like there were people in the neighborhood that thought that we had no parents or adult living there.
What is that called? Latchkey kid?
Latchkey kid? No, well, kind of. It's
You weren't just locked up all day.
yeah.
Okay.
Like we would literally like if we were like coming home from school, or you know, like I got a job like eventually when I was like a teenager and stuff. Like we would just kind of be at the house a lot of the time by ourselves for like whatever reason. And there was one night where my sister was having a sleepover, and she had a bunch of her friends over, so they're at, you know, our house, and I was across the street, and they were having a sleepover there, and it was literally like my dad was like, I'll be home later on in the night, I've got to go out and do some stuff, and I was like, yeah, whatever. This was not like a out of the ordinary thing.
Yeah.
By this time, I was like 16, and my sister was like 12.
So,
No.
in your mind, you were grown up. You were a grown-ass adult.
Well, not grown-ass adult, but the thing is that, like, we weren't, like, little children.
Yeah.
Like, there was no reason to really be worried. Like, we were good kids and everything. Well, I was. But
Okay.
more on that later.
Okay.
Yeah. But at this time, at least,
This time.
we were still innocent, and we hadn't gotten in any kind of, like, real trouble or anything. Yeah, we were, for the most part, good kids. But, yeah, she was having a sleepover. They were literally, like, watching movies and baking and stuff. And I was over across the street at my friend Alex's house, and we were playing, like, Call of Duty or, like, Red Alert or something. Like, you
Whatever
know.
the shit was back then.
Yeah, like, whatever.
Halo?
Yeah, we played a lot of Halo, yeah. But, I was like, and I was literally, like, I was in a room on the second floor, it's Alex's room, I'm looking, so I can actually see my house.
Yeah.
And I see, you know, the lights are on, everything's going on, like, I don't even have to call over there, I could literally just walk across the street, it's like nothing at all. In fact, I think I even had to do that a couple times just to grab some stuff from, like, my room or something. But there was one time where I was like, oh, I probably have to go and grab something like you know, like pillows and blankets, because, you know, it's getting, like, later on in the evening or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to grab that stuff before my dad gets home and, like, the door's locked and everything. So I look out the window. There's literally 2 cop cars, like, adjacent to my house, and, like, all of the parents of the neighborhood just standing out there. And of course, I have my heart drops down into my stomach, and I'm
Something's
just like,
happened.
Something's happened. Something bad has happened. And so I'm now running across the street, thinking the worst.
Because why wouldn't you?
Of
Yeah.
all scenarios, because of
Yeah.
course you're gonna think that. It's my little sister. And I run past some of the parents, and one of them very sarcastically goes, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea, running up behind cops." And I'm like, "Who are you? who are you? What the fuck are you doing in front of my house?" And I go up to the cops, and there's my sister and all of her friends, like, at the front door. The door's open, and there's a cop there, and it's just like, "Do you live here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Do you?
"What are you doing here?" And I was like, "We were called because apparently there's a bunch of, like, unaccompanied kids in the house." And I'm like, "Yeah. And look at all these parents that are around suspiciously." There's a whole bunch of, like grown-ass men in front of my house where all these little girls are. You're not worried about them, though, right? And the cops were like, "Well, we had to do a wellness check because they called." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, whatever. You're doing your job." And they're like, "Has anything happened tonight?" I'm like, "No." Have you been abused?" "No."
What?
Like all these questions were obviously they were asking questions based entirely on whatever it is that someone told them.
So, your sister was very popular after this when she had a sleepover and all the girls had to be asked, "So has anyone touched you?"
Right? Of course, they're the only ones in the house. So
Yeah.
it's like, no. Also, leave. No. Her friends, like, thought it was, like, ridiculous. They didn't understand what was going on. My sister and I kind of look at each other and we're like, "So this was probably, like, mom or somebody, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay." We had the privilege of all kind of white trash I've dealt with the cops a couple times. All they're gonna do is ask us questions and be like, "Well, this was a waste of time." "Okay, well, have a good night." So that was pretty much what happened. There was someone we don't know who did it.
Because it could have not been your mom. It
Exactly.
could have been literally a neighbor who was like...
I'm thinking it's literally the neighbor who said that to me as I ran up to the house.
That would explain why they were there to,
Yeah.
rubberneck.
Because the thing is that I was literally looking out the window, and there was, oh my god, there's like a Saints mobile.
Yeah, it's Johnny Gat.
Oh, nice.
It's a Johnny Gat mobile. I'm going to take it.
Okay. I'm like, how did the cops get there so quickly and with two of them? Because there were two cars.
Why has it lost its mind?
Because you're chasing it?
That's not allowed.
You are not allowed. Oh, wow. Gatmobile. Nice.
Well,
That was very slow.
watch this. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, through the cigarette.
So, yeah, that was just a really awkward night. The cops eventually, left, and, we were literally like, "We can give you our dad's cell phone number, he's on his way home." It would be one thing if it was, 2 a.m. or something, he had left us all night. It was literally, 8 at night. The sun had literally just gone down, and my dad was going to be home late, and suddenly there's cops and half the neighborhood out in front of my house.
Ooh.
And I just look out there and I'm just like, well, what's all this now?
Yeah, that's a much sadder story than my stories.
Like I said, I don't really have funny, awkward stories. Of course, your story is kind of sad.
Was it?
A little bit. You wanted to see, you're like, oh man, there's a cool turtle and stuff that I could ride and have 1980s movie adventures with.
Ah.
And you went out to see it, and then you were at school saying, no, it is real. To the point where I'm I really wish that there was an 80s movie version of you where it was just It was real. I knew it. And you actually got to ride on the turtle.
I got to ride Falcor or whatever.
Yeah. The never-ending story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. And I really... I want that to be the ending of that story. I actually felt kind of bad because I'm like, oh, he never got to see a giant turtle.
No, well, much later in life I did, sure.
Yeah. But that was Kid Tim, and I wanted more better things for Kid Tim.
So did I. I'm sorry, Kid Tim.
And you got the shit beat out of you because of flies, and I got cops called on my house constantly because you know, and I know, and everybody know. Hey, that is almost exactly what that looked like.
I bet.
That you just passed by.
Yeah.
That was almost exactly what it looked like.
Well, this is your house.
Oh yeah. It's not just a game anymore.
It was never a game.
It's never a game. Oh, they're all dancing stuff for us.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we got the music off for reasons, but yeah, whenever there's music blaring out of your car, pedestrians will dance to it.
Okay, that's cool.
Hi.
So yeah,
Like you said.
I just had a whole bunch of situations where it became commonplace to see the cops out in front of my house for like various reasons. Never for things that we did, though. Always for things that other people would do. So, that's fun.
It sounds fun.
But like I was saying earlier, like you and I both know that in my life, I am a shit magnet. There's only shit. I'm never a magnet for the good things. Like there are some people that are money magnets. Not me.
Who? How can I be friends with them?
Oh. That's why they call them magnets. Because they're big, important people that attract money.
The amount of I'm done with you for that pun. That terrible nonsense. Come on. There we go. Pun.
I know we need to do it next time on, but
Oh.
you're like right in the middle of a mission.
Oh, this is just more.
Yeah.
I'm just clearing the map. Like
All right.
this is the same as every other trafficking job.
All right. On the next episode, I promise we're gonna do an actual like story mission.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.